the belief in last days, the belief in Dajjal. Before we get to Mahdi alayhi salam, let's talk about Dajjal. Because Mahdi alayhi salam is not just going to come for vacation, just to appear just like that. He comes for a reason. And the reason is to fight Dajjal. Then Isa alayhi salam will come to kill Dajjal. Mahdi alayhi salam is not going to kill Dajjal. Isa alayhi salam is going to. So people don't believe in Mahdi alayhi salam, majority of the Muslims, because people don't believe in Dajjal. To believe in Dajjal, you have to believe in Akhir Zaman. You understand? What is Akhir Zaman? The end of times, the second Jahiliyyah. That when Dajjal is ruling, that is Akhir Zaman. People don't believe that Dajjal is ruling. They don't believe in Dajjal so much, and they don't believe that the Dajjalic system is ruling. For 1400 years, the Muslims, the believers, have always believed in this very strongly. Very strongly. Anytime it may happen, prepare yourself for that. Prepare for the world, prepare for your lives, but prepare that the call may come at any time. And this ilm, this knowledge of Akhir Zaman, this knowledge of the appearances of Mahdi alayhi salam, the knowledge of the appearances of Dajjal, this is a body of knowledge, it is a science that is passed down from one generation to the other to remind people. Why people don't believe? One of the big reasons is the knowledge stopped. When the Khilafat fell, understand, when the Khilafat fell, the whole Muslim Ummah thought that it was Judgment Day. They say this is Judgment Day because this is one of the big signs of Judgment Day, that the Khilafat is going to be removed. You understand? And the time of Jababira, the time of tyranny, is going to come. So this is based on the hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. After me there will come the righteous ones, the righteous Khalifas. I'm making it simple for people to understand. Because these days people talk too much. Special words, special knowledge. No one is speaking simply and directly to the heart anymore. So, Prophet ﷺ is saying, after me there will come the Khulafa Rashidin. After that, there will come the Maliks, the kings. After the kings, the sultans will come. Maliks is different from sultans. The power of the sultan is much bigger. After the sultan, the appearances of Dajjal will come, the Jababira. That is the age of tyranny, the age of cruelty, where there's going to be bloodshed everywhere. We are in that age of Jababira, with the age of tyranny and cruelty. After that age, he's saying, then one of my grandsons will come, Mahdi alayhi salam. And that will also be the age of the Sultanate according to the Prophet's way. You understand? Which means that the Sultanate will come back. Now, which Sultanate? It is known for people with knowledge, or people with spiritual understanding, that it is the Ottoman Empire that is going to come back again. How? Ask Allah how. Allah can make one man to rule the whole world. Allah can make one mosquito to bring down the whole tyrants and their world. Allah can make one cane to bring down a Firaun. So, this is knowledge that is not passed, knowledge that is not preserved, knowledge that people stop believing in. In so many Muslim countries, this kind of knowledge, it is forbidden to speak. People who are talking about Mahdi alayhi salam and end of days and Akhir Zaman and Dajjal, they're forbidden. you will get arrested. You get punished. So that's why Muslims are not believing it so much. They listen to YouTube here and there, they listen to read, but it is not the same, because this knowledge is not given to everyone also. People are saying, you don't know the future. We don't know the future, but Allah has revealed to the prophets the future. Idiots. And the prophets, they are saying to the people what is necessary. What, they don't know the future? From Adam alayhi salam, he has told, these are the prophets that are going to come. From Adam alayhi salam, he has spoken about our holy prophet alayhi salam. He's saying, Allah is saying to his prophets, tell your people this also, that if my Habib comes, then the laws that I've put on you, that is finished also. Listen to him and listen to his words and his laws. 124 prophets, they spoke about the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They spoke about Akhir Zaman, they spoke about Dajjal, they spoke about Mahdi ﷺ too, yes. From the beginning, they were preparing for the end. This is the future, no? It is beyond the future. Don't we talk about Judgment Day all the time? Isn't that the future? Don't we talk about after Judgment Day? Isn't that the future? So future doesn't mean everything. Certain things that you may say milestones. You know why they call milestones? In the old days, every 1 mile they put a stone there. No joke. So these are milestones. They say, like this may happen, like this may happen, like this may happen. So that knowledge was passed down and it was kept. And that kind of a knowledge everybody knew. The scholars they knew, and the saints they knew. And the scholars who are saints they also kept. And the saints who are not scholars, they have more. They have more. Because this kind of knowledge also, it cannot be written in books so much. It cannot be talked about so much, because people are going to, without vision, without the permission, they are just going to mix things up. They're just going to tell a whole bunch of weird things. 1400 years, they never talk about aliens. Suddenly everyone is talking about, so-called Sufi sheikhs talk about aliens. Saying Prophet went to Miraj, its meaning is, Burak is spaceship. Traveling, seeing aliens. And I say, idiots, what can we do? So, if you look, that's why we have to know history. Khilafat, strongly tied to the ways of the Prophet ﷺ. After Khilafat, all the countries, Muslim countries, are under the boots, under the shoes, under the feet of the unbelievers. They could not get up. Traditions destroyed, religion destroyed, education system destroyed, beliefs destroyed. Everything is finished. Very bad, including this knowledge. Struggle, 50 years, 60 years, suddenly they came out. They say, now we are independent. You think that time in those 60 years, they're saying, don't. Now we have taken out the supports of your religion, of your spirituality, of your culture, of your tradition. We remove all the support. Now you are helpless. For half a century, you're going to be helpless. Then we're going to give you idea that you are independent, but for another half a century, you're not independent. You're just struggling to get up. And when you get up, when Muslim countries get up from under the feet of the unbelievers, first thing they do is what? They fight with one another. They go to war with one another. They finish, again, generations of good people. Resources, everything they finish. These are also signs of Akhir Zaman. Signs that Mahdi alayhi salam will appear, because these are signs that Dajjal is ruling. When there's great wars that is happening. So these things, people are now only in the past, let's say 10, 20 years, with the karamat of our Grand Shaykh, with the karamat of our Shaykh also, and especially in the Naqshbandi order that is talking about Akhir Zaman. Before that, nobody is even talking about it. Now they've taken it and they run in different directions. Different directions, not in the same direction, different directions now. You understand? Saying, oh, it's supposed to come 2000, it's supposed to come, what happened here, what happened there? So people are not understanding. They say, oh, it's going to be a long time. So let's enjoy. We are only beginning to, you see, before they take away our well, then they poison our well, then we got our well back, we're cleaning our well. Now we're only drinking the water, and you're talking about end of days. Let us to enjoy drinking our water first. This is what the nations are saying. Let us enjoy having technology, having dunya. Don't talk about all these things. Whether you talk or you don't talk, the signs are appearing more and more. Nations are going to go to war more and more. Nations have been preparing to go to war. It is only the power of the awliya Allah that they stop this world from being destroyed. So many times, those crazy leaders, they already pressed the button. They pressed the button, but it didn't work. Because awliya Allah, they have put ones that are under their power sitting on that warhead for it not to happen. So, now they say, don't talk about that. Don't you know we're rebuilding from east to west, Muslim countries? We're rebuilding. We're getting more powerful. We're getting richer. We're starting to enjoy life. And now you're talking about Akhir Zaman. So people are not understanding. They're not being able to balance it. It's not the first time that the Muslim world reached to civilization. We reached to better civilization than this. And we still talk about Akhir Zaman. We still keep the zikr. We still keep the religion. We still kept everything, and we were rising. And people are afraid if you talk about that now, everything is going to fall. That means you have no belief, you have no understanding of history, you have no intelligence, you have no trust, and you have no connection to the awliya Allah. This is how it is. Yeah, so speak to majority of the Muslims in the countries that they're living in. If they're not under tyranny, then they're under a lot of hardship. We may say, Muslims in first world countries, in Europe, we may say, oh, it's not affecting us. It's burning everywhere else. It's burning. If anything, they are crying out for more. But the leaders are saying, don't do that. Because they're all playing games with one another. They are not under the bayat. They are not in the bayat of the Khalifa. They give bayat to other leaders. You understand? So, what is it for us here? We watch. We have to get ready. What does it mean that we have to stock up on food and do this? No, not really. In order to fight that last war, which is not going to be a war just with machineries and everything, no. Electricity is going to fall. That war with Dajjal is not going to be fought with electricity. Technology will fail. Everyone that is hoping for technology is going to fail. When Mahdi alayhi salam calls it takbir, the first takbir, electricity will fail. No, it's not about then let's build underground cities, let's build bunkers, let's build. No, everything is going to fail too. It's not about that. If you know how to be human and you know how to live like a human and you know how to share, then that time you will still be able to live comfortably. If you are not understanding how to be human, even if you have whole cities' food with you, you will also suffer and you cause other people to suffer because you'll start behaving like animals. You understand? Kafirs have prepared underground cities for 50 years, 70 years. They are more prepared for that doomsday thing than we are. It's not about that. Allah is not working like that. They are more prepared. If something happens, they are more prepared. Muslims are not prepared. But it's not something that is just physical that is going to happen. That is a time when everyone's spirituality is going to open. Whatever that you are preparing now, whatever nur that you are keeping and you are making and this giving to you, then that nur, that light is going to show. Because the army of Mahdi alayhi salam will be filled with believers and the friends of Allah. That war is not going to be fought conventionally like this. Because who is believing in, if they say we believe in Khilafat, it's different. And we select one, it's different. But who is wanting that? They say unite, okay. I believe in unity. Unity in Islam and in the Ummah is unity behind a Khalifa. That is a Sunnah. Then make a Khalifa. They won't dare to. Then what unity? So, for us, fight against your nafs. Fight against our shaitans. More that you are fighting, the more light that you're receiving. And we will be ready when the time comes, that time. Inshallah. May Allah keep us in safety. Amin Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.